What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel full of magical geeky goodness. I'm Brittany Kimberly and I got to see an advanced screening of the Justice League and I have an honest review for you guys. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more magical geeky goodness in the future, and let's go ahead and get started. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I go into DC films a little bit skeptical every time because I'm constantly let down by them. Although I did enjoy Wonder Woman a lot, and you guys can see my honest review on that right here, I just really never know what to expect, and I'm honestly set myself up to be disappointed in these films because they just really haven't been doing it for me lately. So I did go see an advanced screening of the Justice League last night, and guys, I actually enjoyed it. It was by no means a perfect superhero film or even a great superhero film. I do have a lot of complaints about it, but the story itself ended up being really good, and I actually enjoyed the character development of a lot of the characters, and I enjoyed the overall story arc. With that, like I said, definitely not perfect, have a lot of complaints, probably a long list of complaints for a movie that I'm saying I actually enjoyed, but as a movie on its own, it's definitely one that's worth going and sitting down and watching. So if you are like me and you're very skeptical about going and seeing DC movies, I recommend you actually go see this one. But if you are going to see it, here's a couple things that I really just did not love about it. First of all, the VFX, the visual effects, they just were not great. I think this was actually my one major complaint that I had for Wonder Woman as well. Whenever there's a fight scene and a superhero goes and does like a really cool kickflip in the air, their body just immediately goes into this super fake Maya 3D thing, and it totally takes you out of the moment. Like, you're thinking in your head, wow, cool, look at how badass this superhero is. Oh, but wait, this is so crazy fake. And of course, when you're watching a movie, you know that it's not real and it's all fantasy, but it really takes you out of the moment of believing what it is on screen. And I think that that's a major flaw when it comes to movies. It really looked like a bad video game whenever there was a battle fight scene. It just did not look great. And I think the same can be said for the villain. As it was, I think they used a lot more CGI than they should have, and they should have focused more on makeup, I think, for him, because he just looked totally animated and not like a real believable character at all. When I go and see these live action films, I want them to feel live and feel like they could really happen. But when you get taken out of the moment like that, it really destroys that vibe. So I really wish they would have worked on the VFX a lot. If you didn't know this about the film, Zack Snyder is the director. It will say a Zack Snyder film throughout the credits and everything. But at post-production, Zack Snyder decided to step back from the film due to some family things, and Joss Whedon took over for him. And I think you can tell that there was a change in direction with the film. Joss Whedon also called for a lot of refilming for a lot of scenes, and I think that it is obvious because there's a lot of choppiness. Most specifically at the beginning of the movie, it's a really rough start. It's basically they're just trying to throw every character at you just so you can get a little backstory of what's going on. I think that's also a really major flaw with DC because I don't want to keep comparing them to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but how can you not, honestly? But the thing is the Marvel Cinematic Universe has taken years and years and years to build up to where they are now. And DC just happened to be a little late in the game, but they want to be where Marvel is now. So they just kind of keep throwing in little backstories of everything. That was their major flaw with Suicide Squad as well. Instead of building up these characters and then putting them in a team together, they're starting with the team and then later going to do backstories, which I think just makes everything a little bit unorganized and a little bit messy, which I would have preferred if they had just started out more with the singular characters. So I did find it to be quite choppy. And that was a major flaw for me. The acting in the movie wasn't crazy up to par, but it was good enough to make you feel like you wanted to be part of the team. So everyone was a little bit funny. The thing with Batman is in Batman versus Superman, they made Bruce Wayne very dark, just bitter and cruel, and then he flipped and did a complete 180 in this film. So you'll find he's very soft, he cracks a lot of jokes, and it just felt off. Like it felt a little bit forced because it was so off from what he was in Batman versus Superman. And they tried to play up his guilt that Superman died because of Batman, and that's why he is the way he is now, but it's just so different from what he was in Batman versus Superman that I feel like they pushed it a little bit too far. I wasn't totally thrilled with Gal Gadot's performance in this. I really loved her in Wonder Woman, and I thought that she was the best part of Batman versus Superman. I think with this, because she was the only female on the team, they really tried to push that and make her a much more feminine, like motherly like character, which I just felt like didn't really fit the bill and didn't really accentuate who Wonder Woman was in Wonder Woman and why I loved her so much in that movie. As for The Flash, if you guys have watched any of the DC television shows, you know that DC does an amazing job with TV, and then they kind of fall short in the movies. But The Flash is definitely, he's young in the TV show, but he's brilliant and smart and brave, whereas in this movie they definitely wanted to set him up like a Spider-Man type character. They set him up to be very young and naive and scared and timid, which was a little bit off-putting as well, although Ezra Miller is an amazing actor, and I thought that he held up the character very well, and he was very funny. There were a lot of really kitschy, funny parts in this whole movie, which also led me to believe that they were trying to fit more into that Marvel Cinematic Universe type vibe. That's basically all my thoughts that I have for the film. I'm excited actually to see where they're going to keep going with the universe, because I think that they did really take a step in a right direction here. I really liked the story arc and the character development that there was, and I'm trying to avoid giving you guys any spoilers in this video, but I just think that it's definitely worth going to see if you have hope for the DC universe, which I actually do now. I'm excited to see what they do with all of these characters in the future. Make sure you guys stick around for the post-credit scenes. There's actually 2 of them, so make sure you sit tight for those. And if you're, again, like I said, if you're skeptical about going and buying a ticket to see this movie, but you do love superheroes and you want the DC Cinematic Universe to be good, I would recommend going to see it, because I think they're definitely getting better. Definitely. I can say that honestly. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. And like I said before, if you would love to join our online geeky magical family, go ahead and click that subscribe button. There's plenty of magical geeky goodness to go around, and I will see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye-bye.